My name is Aaliyah, Ali Person.
It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What can you tell us about your experience as a lifer?
I can tell you about my experience as a formerly incarcerated individual.
Yes, please.
While I didn't have a life sentence, my 8.5 years, well, it was 10 years, 8 months originally, and I earned time off through milestones and whatnot as CDCR, and only did 8.5 at the end of it, but it was an eternity. It was like a life sentence. Initially, they wanted to give me an LWOP, which means life without the possibility of parole, and I didn't even kill anybody. So the fact that I came out and only did 8.5 years, it, I mean, it was, thank God, but yeah, at least I didn't have to do the life sentence that some of the individuals here today have to do. But like I said, my 8.5 years was an eternity for me because I was away from my children, and that was the longest I've ever been away from my children or my family.
And in those 8.5 years, how did your mentality change?
Um, Initially, I was like in shock and depressed. While I was in county jail, I stayed in county jail for like a year and a half, and the conditions in there were so horrendous that I didn't even care. Like, I didn't know anything about the law, but I just wanted to sign just to get out of Monterey County Jail because it was horrible. Like I had said in my speech before, they didn't even let me go see the doctor, and I had a miscarriage, and like I was bleeding the whole 6 months, but I was still showing positive on the pregnancy test when I would go see the nurse. And I was like, why can't I just go to the hospital? I could die. My baby could die. I don't know if my baby is still viable. And they wouldn't let me go. But anyways, long story short, I just wanted to get out of county jail, and I didn't realize what I was signing, or by not fighting and taking advantage of my rights to have a fair trial. Yeah, I put myself in a situation where I had to do time in prison.
At what point did you meet someone from Barrios Unidos, be it Nane or Mary Lou or?
Initially, I called because somebody gave me the phone number and said, these are the resources in your county. You should call them. So I called, and I called Mary Lou, and she invited me to help with the food drive, food distribution on Saturday. And so I came. She's like, show up at like 9 or 10 o'clock. And I came. And so I helped out with the food giveaway. And then she invited me to come back on Monday, the following Monday. So I came on Monday at like 9 o'clock. And I did an intake with her. And she told me about the services that they could help me with. And then she also invited me to the parolee group on Tuesday nights. And then I just kept coming. Like, I volunteered my time in the prison project initially. And I just kept coming. Like, and I've been here ever since. I'm still here working at Barrios Unidos Productions next door, in the t-shirt shop as a graphic and web designer. And I'm just really humbled and grateful for this experience that I've been able to have. Nane is a lifesaver. Like, he's helped me with everything. Everyone here is like a family to me. So I'm really appreciative for this program.
And since you've been in here, what was the reason that inspired you to stay? You know, was it advocating for change for the horrendous conditions that you were in? Or
Yeah, totally. Not only just the programs and the people that we have here, but yeah, obviously advocating for change, because I never want another woman to go through what I went through in county jail ever, ever. Also, to be incarcerated for so long. I mean, one day is like too long, but 8.5 years was like a long time. Life is a long time. 20 years is a long time. 30 years is a long time. It's too much time. It's ridiculous. We have to find a better way to change our justice system, and that's what I want to help fight for.
since you work here, you're a bit of a unique position. You know, you've seen firsthand what Barrios Unidos does for people coming in, going out of jail, compared to other programs and organizations. What does Barrios Unidos do that others just can't compete with?
The difference between everyone else and Barrios Unidos is that Barrios Unidos is like a family. We take that community, the unity in community, and that's what we make it. Like, We go the extra distance, the extra mile. I've seen Mary Lou do things that other programs won't do, for people. Like the parole agent just dropped off somebody and just left them. And obviously the state doesn't care about us, but Barrios Unidos, they do. They care about us. We are people, we matter. And that's what makes the difference.
From those parole programs, is there any instances that stick out to you about, that drive home that this is a positive change in our community?
We are a positive change in our community because we are the ones taking action. We are the ones that help when nobody else can help. We provide food in the middle of a pandemic to people who've lost their jobs, who may still be working but just don't have enough to make ends meet because the rent in Santa Cruz County is so high. So yeah, we go the extra mile.
And how can Barrios Unidos better support you and anyone in your position?
Barrios Unidos could help other people in my position by offering more job training, potentially. But I think right now, because of COVID, we've been kind of taken back on the job training. But I think we're going to start ramping it up. But I think having more job training programs available, such as things that are relevant in this day and age, like computer coding, the graphic design, maybe some other trades like construction or welding. I know we have the tiny house project, which helps with construction, but it's not active right now because of, again, COVID. Also more cultural stuff, because we are a center for culture. Like somebody came through here and was like, this is like a museum. And it truly is. After 40 years, this place is like, has a lot of historical value and importance, and it needs to be shared with more people. And so I think having more cultural programs to make our younger generation aware of what has happened prior to them will truly help strengthen Barrios Unidos moving forward.
And is there any words of wisdom you can give out to anyone in danger going into the prison system, or who has been in the prison system coming out?
Okay, so for those who could potentially be going into incarceration, know your rights. Consult the lawyer. When you don't know, ask. Because these are the things that I didn't do as much as I could have when I was in there, and I wish I had. Like, I wish I would have gone to trial. I wish I would have fought harder for things while I was there. But going forward, yeah, that's what I would say for those who are potentially being incarcerated. And for those who are coming out, I would say do those self-help groups that are inside. Do all the programs you can to help you fix you, or to figure out what got you into the situation that landed you into incarceration in the first place. Because that will make a tremendous difference when you come out to the community. Like for me, it helped make me stronger as a person, as an individual. Like it gave me a lot more confidence that I had lost initially when I was incarcerated, because like I said, I was depressed. But working on myself in those self-help groups like truly gave me the confidence I needed to be great when I came out.